name's Lizzie. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well, feeling good. Since it's the pink supermoon, I pinked it up today. Everything's pink and it's for the pink moon. So whenever you're watching this, I'm not really obsessed with pink this much, but on the pink moon, I'm celebrating. I like full moons. I do like pink though, I'm not gonna lie. I wear a lot of pink. I just normally don't wear this much pink at one time. And honestly, this is a sundress that's way too big and I have pajama pants on. It is 10:30 at night. This is the end of my day. I'm finding that my spirituality kind of kicks off about 9 p.m. I start feeling the vibes to go down and record. So I think I'll be doing later readings from now on. It's just I'm learning as I go. And for right now, I'm just going with the flow and doing what I feel is good, and that's working at night because I do a lot during the day. Alright, so welcome to Bumpa-da-Blah Girl Code. I don't have a theme song. Maybe one day. And then we'll never show this episode again. But, I was just being silly. Before we get into Girl Code, I'm going to do a product review. I'm not paid from this product. I just know a lot of women are using it right now. And so I tried it. It's been about a week. I'll give it the full scoop on that. Then we're going to keep the fortune cookie questions to ask tarot. We're going to learn about some cool-ass women. We're going to learn about some trends on all kinds of aspects. And then we're going to get some recipes and drink ideas for spring. And this is all for women. So, are you ready? I'm going to start with the... I guess I don't have a product review card to hold up. Product review! Alright, so I heard a lot about this. I was getting interested in losing weight. And so... Or getting interested. Oh my God, where's my brains? I worked out a lot today. But I wanted to get in shape, so I was looking at all this stuff, and this is like a total big trend. I saw it everywhere. Celebrities are giving their 2 cents about it. Of course, there's our paid. I am just an average, everyday person that finds it on Amazon, buys it, and sees how it works in everyday life. So... I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called Goalie. Actually, this is what it looks like, but I wanted to show you. It comes in a bag like this. And if you have a dog, like if my dog sees anything with a white top, they will try to eat it. But if I keep it in the bag, my dog doesn't even go for it if I leave it on the coffee table. She just thinks it's like a bag. She has no interest in bags. But if you have a nosy dog, I would put it up. I'm just saying. That's why I keep the bag. But I ordered it on Amazon. This is a $19 bottle plus tax, shipping and tax. And it comes with 60 chewy gummies in it. And that's normally, by their standards, a 10-day supply. So, if you want to do it like the celebrities or do it how they recommend, you have to buy 3 of these a month at $20 a piece and some change. So, let's say $25 each. So, that's $75 a month to invest in this diet company. But I have a cheat because I do like this product. This is why I'm reviewing it for you. First of all, when you open the bag, you're going to smell the vinegar. And when you open the bottle, all you smell is vinegar. So here I am, getting in my house. I mean, you can smell the apple too, but it really does not smell appetizing. But, alright, this is what they look like. They're little gummies like this. They taste like a fucking fruit snack that I wish I had in my bag as a kid. I could literally sit here and eat these as candy. And why I'm gushing about that, because I have tried every kind of apple cider, like the pills, drinking it, which is horrible. This, like, you can't even, like, it's like a candy. It's like a sweet treat, and I kicked out sugar, so this is even more like candy. Total sugars is only 1 gram, so I don't really count it as cheating against my no sugar. This is gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, can't speak today, and unfiltered. So this is a really eco-friendly, body-friendly product. And okay, so I have to say, this isn't a full review because I haven't done what they suggest. It says 1 to 2 tablets, 1 to 2 gummies 3 times a day. But to do that, I would go through this in 10 days. And, I'm not poor, but I'm not rich. Well, I am poor right now because I'm laid up. But you know what I mean? So I don't really want to spend $75 a month to do it the way they recommend. So how I've been doing it, and I've been doing it for about a week. I don't know if you can see. They're still kind of stuck together. But it's like I still have... So I would be a little over halfway of what they asked me to do. And I can make this last at least maybe 3 weeks doing it my way. Because I get really hungry, then I eat one of these. Like about an hour after a meal at nighttime, I eat one of these. And I don't really eat them during the day. Sometimes I eat them when I wake up. Like... Instead of eating breakfast, I'll eat one of these because I'm not really a breakfast person anyway. I just kind of skip to lunch. So this has become my breakfast. The only thing I did notice, I don't know if it's just my body, but a couple other people said they had the same thing. I don't know if you aren't used to apple cider vinegar, you kind of get like... It's not anything painful, like nothing that you would have to see a doctor about, but get a little bit of, this is very acidic, so you get kind of pains in your lungs a little bit, but that has something to do with acid reflux and not about what's in this product. So if you are someone like me that's sensitive with acid reflux stuff, you gotta watch. I wouldn't eat 3 times a day because your acid reflux is going to be bad. But if you're like me and you just want to, when you get a craving, or if you know you get hungry around a certain time, take it about a half hour before. And it helps. It really does. Maybe it's just a mental thing because I haven't been taking it the way they want you to. But it does help curb my hunger. And like I was a late night snacker, so if I'm up late, I'll eat 2 of these instead of 1 because I know that's when I get the worst cravings. And I think it's helped me lose weight. So if you're like seeing it and you're like, oh, the celebrities, you can't trust them. Listen, if I had the money, I would do it exactly how they told me to. These are delicious. And I haven't found a product that makes me want to take apple cider vinegar like this does. So taste alone, I'm sold on it. But if you're someone like me, like I said, I just use them as instead of eating, I eat some of these. And it's like a placebo, like, okay, now I won't be hungry. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I'm like, I still want a snack. But I think it has helped my body get rid of some weight. Might not be like 125% effective on curbing your appetite, but is anything. Like every appetite curver thing I've tried, I still wanted to snack. So it's about the same for that. Anyway, I tried it for you. I ordered it. I bought it. I like it. It tastes great. But I'm not about to spend $75 a month, goalie, to take this out. I mean, is this something we're supposed to take like just while we're dieting, or is this something we're supposed to continue through our whole lives? Because this is why they get rich. One person, $75 a month. I don't like it, goalie. That's my only boo about the product. But anyway, good packaging. Came very fast on Amazon. And maybe we can find something cheaper. Like, I didn't really look anywhere else. Maybe you can get it at Walmart cheaper. I don't even know. I don't think you can buy this in stores. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Alright, let's move on to Girl Code Fortune Cookie Tarot. Yes, I'm nerdy today. It's the moon. I can't speak. I'm weird and silly and hyper and haven't been able to sleep. Alright, so I think we do 3 questions, right? Or no, 5 questions. Was it 5? Let's do 3. We got a lot to do. All right. Question number 1. Do most women poop during labor? I find all these questions, like I went to this website, the top 5,000 questions women ask or want to know. And I found this on there and I giggled because that's like my biggest fear. I don't want baby daddy to see me poop in labor. And they always say like 2 out of 3 women poop. And so like, I'm not going to get into it, but when I'm with other mothers in the room, we ask each other if each other pooped. Because it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? This is a lady chat. I think every woman like some women are like, I don't care if I poop, I'm pushing out a baby, deal with it. And some women are like me, like fucking horrified, like I don't want to poop in front of who I sleep with. Alright, so do most women poop during labor? I'm weird, I admit it. Reword your question. Are most women scared they're going to poop during labor? Are most women scared they're going to poop during labor? Doubtful. Yes. Maybe. Nah. So I think that's what they're saying. Like, some people are like me, like, I don't want to poop on the table. That's so embarrassing. Then the other half is like, shit happens. But I think the truth of it is they might go in there like, I've been in some labor situations and I don't give a fuck what happens at a certain point. It hurts. So I think maybe they're saying like at first, yes, they walk in there like, oh, this is so, but in the midst of it all, you probably don't even know because they clean it up very fast and you're just in so much pain and like so much is going on. You're just like, shit happens. So like the bumper sticker, literal shit happens. Let's just do this and get it over with. So I think like during the pregnancy, we are fearful of that leading up into labor. We're embarrassed and like praying like, please God, don't let me poop on the table. At least I do. But you have that fear until you're in, like I said, in the midst of it. You don't care if you're naked. You don't care who sees your woohoo or your boobies. You are in so much agony. You're like, just get the fucking thing out. Not that you're like a fucking thing, but in that moment, you're like, I don't care. I don't even want to be a mom anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. You know, when you're like pushing the earth. So you don't care in the moment. You don't give a shit. You might be embarrassed leading up or after, but during it, you got too much going on to give a shit about shit. All right. Do women, why do I keep saying all right? Matthew McConaughey. Do women put themselves last in a family? So is that true? Do mothers and wives, do they put everybody above themselves? Do women put themselves last in a family? No, they didn't do it. Not happening. Maybe that's a no. More clear and definitive. Ask again. Hell yes. So, I don't think they like how I worded it. Do women put themselves last in the family? Because women don't mean to put themselves last. I think it's just instinct and just because we're mothers and we're wives and we just feel like we have to do so much. I think it's more of a subconscious thing. So I don't think they do it on purpose, but I think hell yeah. I think women, like, think about it. Your mom if you have 4 kids and it's dinner time, you're going to make 4 plates. You're going to make your husband or your boyfriend's plate. You're going to make sure everybody has a drink. You're going to make sure everyone has a fucking napkin, condiments on the table, salt and pepper, everything they need. So when you sit down, you can just eat your fucking food. Although you're doing it kind of for yourself, still, at the end of the day, your food's a tiny bit cold. You're the last to be seated, and everyone else was before you. So it's subconscious. Anyway, that's my 2 cents about it. I think, yes, most women, but men do that too in their own sense. I'm not being sexist. Men feel like they have to provide or they have to be the stern, strict one. You know what I mean? There's certain stereotypes as people we need to, you know what I mean? But this is one of them. Women feeling the need that they have to do everything. You can ask for help. You can ask your husband if you have 4 kids. Hey, will you make 2 of their plates? I'll make 2. We'll both sit down together at the same time. Teamwork makes the dream work, my friend. We just have to stop being women and being like, we can do everything. We don't need to ask for help. Asking for help is weakness. That's bad. Those are the lies we tell ourselves that get us in those moments of feeling overwhelmed and I'm exhausted and I'm so sick of my life. It's because we run ourselves into the ground as mothers and wives. Not that I am either. I mean, I am a mother, but I don't have any living children. But I've never been married. But I'm in a long-term relationship, so I'm kind of in the weird gray between. Are women programmed to be caretakers and nurturers? Are women subconsciously programmed to be nurturers, caretakers, and nurturers and caretakers? That was too many. I was like half the time. Hell no, absolutely, spirit blocking the answer. Are women programmed to be caretakers and nurturers? I think spirit's blocking the answer because it's hard to kind of lump every woman together in this, because if a woman's born with a really great mother, cooks for them, spends a lot of time with them, does a lot with them, they grow up with a positive reference of what motherhood is, and they genuinely want to repeat that in the future. But if somebody grows up with like a really shitty mother, abusive mother, somebody who gave them up for adoption and they never really had a home other than a group home, like they don't know what positive sides of being nurturing, and some people just don't have any baby experience at all. So it's not that they are programmed to be nurturers because they don't know how, but some people are programmed by how they're raised. Like scientifically speaking, both boys and girls raised in a good home with a couple that stays married and is happy, and they go on family vacations, and obviously there's bumpy stuff that happens in every family, but for the overall sense, a beautiful childhood, a beautiful home, even moderately good. They want to grow up and they want to find their match like their parents had a match, and they want to have children in a home like they grew up in. And it's not like their parents do it to program them, but because they see happiness and joy. I think humanity itself just programs them. But if you're somebody, there's women in the world that have no interest in being a mother, don't want to be nurturing, and is that a fault to them? I don't think so. I think life programs us to be nurturers and caretakers. That's why spirit blocks the answers, because some women, it's just not their route, and some women it is. It all depends on your circumstance, how you were raised, and how you feel about being nurturing. It's always your choice. It's always going to be your choice. But I do think your life programs you, not a specific person. It's like your parents set out to have a happy marriage and a good home just so you grow up and have a happy marriage and a good home. It's not like they're doing it on purpose, but by seeing that, seeing the happiness, seeing somebody who stayed together for 50 plus years, that naturally programs you to want that because it's good. We want things that are good for us. But nobody wants what was bad for them. Anyway, I hope you like that one. If you want 5 questions back, put it in the comments below. If not, I will keep three what do you call them? Fortune cookie tarots. This moon, man, I can't think. Next is the Girl Code Challenge. Now, there's all different kinds of, oh wait, I need that one. All different kinds of challenges. There's life, fitness, getting organized. What kind of challenge are we going to get this week? I don't know. Raymond? Okay. This is how I save it on the shelf. Per girl go. Alright. Life challenge. Clean under and inside your sofas and furniture. Because let's face it, we forget. I actually need to do this. Like, I clean the house, but we don't always vacuum under the cushions or move the couch and vacuum under the couch. So, since it's spring, let's have a spring cleaning challenge. You can do one piece of furniture a day, but for the next 7 days, clean under your furniture and in your furniture, including dresser drawers. I always vacuum out my dresser drawers. I need to get a new dresser, actually. Around the bed, under the bed, where else? If you have like one of those over the toilet racks, pull it out because it gets dusty as fuck. And then push it back in. Anything that's against the wall that you haven't moved for a while, shake out your carpets outside. I feel like Spirit's saying, spring is in the air. Let's get some of this dust we've all been home more than ever. And you're going to get more pet dander, more skin dander, more dust kicked up in your home because people are home. So I think Spirit's like, time to clean up this pandemic yuckness and to get a fresh start with a clean house. It's not a challenge we're all like, woohoo about, but I'm pretty sure most of us are like, damn, I need to do that. I'm guilty. Fucking guilty. Alright, so next we're going to go into Girl Code Fun Lady Facts. This is all about different kind of women in different kind of areas. Alright, so let's talk about women activism and history. I have 3 negatives, and we're going to start with that because I think it's important not to teach negative or to make women angry or incite a riot, but to show how far we've come and how women really struggled before us so that we can be humble and say, you know what, I know we still have a lot to go, but these women had way more to go than we did, and we can do what we need to do. We get inspiration by it. So I don't want you, although they're negative things, I don't want you to focus on getting angry, getting upset, hating men, getting, we look at men holding us down, none of that. Just see how far we've come from a point that was nasty and how much we have grown and how much we can grow if we continue to fight for things. And at the end, I'm going to end it with 3 good things to counteract. Also to show that we grow as we evolve. So don't get upset. I don't want anyone to bring hating men back into... Alright, so let's start with the negative. In 1769, the colonies, 13 colonies, adopt the English system decreeing women cannot own property in their own name or keep their own earnings. So they can't own any property in their name, and if they have a job, they can't keep their money. It goes to the husband, the father, the brother, whatever male's in charge of their life. All right, number 2, in 1866, the 14th Amendment is passed by Congress with citizens and voters defined as male in the Constitution. So they didn't even acknowledge women in writing for voting in that year. And the last one, 1873, the Supreme Court rules that a state has the right to exclude a married woman from practicing law. So a woman could have went all the way through law school, got her bar exam done, able to be an attorney, but because she's married, they can be like, nope, you got to stay home and be a wife. You're not allowed to be an attorney. That one hurt my heart a little bit. Like, do you know how hard it is to become a lawyer? All right, so let's flip the script and go to the good side. Again, this is the show. At one point, it was really hard for these women. And look how down they were. And look how free we are now because women refuse to accept it. Positivity, people, not negativity. Don't get angry. Anger does nothing. All right, so 1887, Susanna Mandora Salter becomes the first woman elected mayor of an American town in Argonia, Kansas. So she was the first female mayor ever in the United States. Go Susanna. Badass, right? In 1890, the first state, Wyoming, grants women the right to vote in all elections. So the first state to ever give women the right to vote is Wyoming. So hats off to you, Wyoming. You are awesome. In 1900, by this year, every state had passed legislation granted married women the right to keep their earned wages and own property in their own name. So it took a while. So in 1769, the colonists adopt the English system decreeing women cannot own property in their own name or keep their own earnings. Here, jump to 1900 exactly. All states say, yes, they can keep the money they earn and they can own property. So from 1769 to 1900, women couldn't keep their money and they couldn't own property. But it did flip eventually. All right, moving on. Let's talk about women in sports history. I know you watched all my other stuff, and I actually didn't even mean to find this, and I found this on accident. I just rolled my eyes because this person is one of my guides. Mary, Queen of Scots. Did you know that she was an avid golfer? I mean, it makes sense. She coined the term caddy by calling her assistants cadets. During her reign, the famous course of St. Andrews during her reign, the famous golf course St. Andrews was built in 1552. So she was a badass golfer, and she made up, the beginning of it, she made the word cadet. All right, so I don't know if I'm saying this right. I'm going to spell it for you first. Kyniska. Kyniska? I don't know. A Spartan princess wins an Olympic chariot race, but she is barred from collecting her prize in person. This is in 396 BC. But because she's a woman and she stomped them all in a chariot race, they were so butthurt about it, they didn't even allow her to collect her trophy. But I put her on here because what a badass. Back 396 BC, before Christ, this woman, Cyniska, stomped him in a chariot race. I don't even know how to drive a chariot. All right, so in 1722, British fighter Elizabeth Wilkinson enters the boxing ring, the first woman to challenge a man in a boxing fight. I don't think she was the first woman to ever go in the ring, but she was the first woman to enter the ring and be like, I will fight you. I don't care if you're a man. So, badass. Britain. Yes. High five. Good for you. 1784, another Elizabeth Thimble of France is the first woman to soar in a hot air balloon. That's pretty cool. I like hot air balloons. 1784, they had hot air balloons. That's crazy. All right. Royal tradition and royal, since everybody is crazy about the royals, I figured I would give you, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this every episode, but for you, I went and I looked at some crazy rules that if you want to be a royal, these are the things that you need to know. Not like the most important or all of them, but some of them that I thought were interesting enough to share. So this is about talking about traditions that they have and rules that they have to follow. And back in history till now. So when the queen stands, everyone else must stand too. So if the queen stands up from her dinner table, you better get your ass up. If the queen gets up out of her chair, you better get up. I don't think you can sit down until she does either, but I'm not sure on that. No one is allowed to eat after the queen finishes her meal. I've heard that she eats fairly slow to make sure everybody at the table has enough time to eat. She spaces it out because she knows this rule and she doesn't want to be rude. So I don't feel like she sits at the table and is like, done! And everyone's like, I'm hungry still. You know what I mean? So I don't feel like that's horrible, but I bet you some other, if I don't know if they had this in the past because it didn't say year, I bet you some kings and queens that were assholes did that. Bowing and curtsying is a requirement. Doesn't matter. You must bow and curtsy to the queen. No ifs or king. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't just be like, I'm American. It's not allowed. If you're in their country, you must do it. I don't know how to do it exactly. I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. When a royal marries, they get a new name. Like, I think they take their parents' name, like Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and the Cambridge children. But when, let's say, George grows up and gets married, he's going to get, like, his own, what I call branch. Like when Harry married, he became the Duke of Sussex. He didn't have that name before he married Meghan. They get a new name. It's weird, I know, but it's just one of them things. Public displays of affection is looked down upon, especially when traveling. Most refrain from holding hands. So when they're on those royal tours, it's like their business. They're not there as husband and wife. They're there on business, so they don't like to give a lot of PDA. It is frowned upon. So all the times that you see them holding... I mean, Prince William and Kate hold hands every once in a blue moon. Harry and Meghan doesn't do it every fucking day. Princess Diana and Prince Charles did it a few times. So it's not like they're going to chop off your head if you do it, but I'm sure Meghan and Harry got a lot of shit for being affectionate. I'm on the fence about that because I don't really like a lot of PDA for myself. Like, I'm not, like, I want to sit in public and make out. Maybe when I was 16, but not anymore. But that's just me. But if I saw other people kissing, I'm not like, ew, get a room. You know, I just wouldn't personally do it. So I kind of like that rule. Also, my boyfriend kind of slaps my ass in public. But every man around here does that. Like, hey, bing, let's go play football. Bing, bing. I'm like, I never liked it, but they do. It's not in a degrading way or I'd bite their face off. Anyway. Approval from the queen is needed before a proposal. So you have to go to the queen or the king and be like, I want to marry so-and-so. What do you feel about that? However, the Queen Elizabeth, currently on the throne, she didn't ask her parents, and it was a whole controversy. She got engaged without asking her parents. So, I bet you it's pretty easy to get Queen Elizabeth's approval because she didn't even bother to ask herself, and you can toss that right in her face, like, come on, Grandma, or come on, Mom. You didn't even ask your parents. It's public knowledge. You are so screwed. But anyway, maybe not. Maybe she's like, I don't care what I did. You're not doing it. Horrible British accent. I'm sorry to all of the United Kingdom. I suck at British accents, but I do love listening. All right. The Queen herself picks out the bride's wedding tiara. So it's like a whole controversy between Meghan and Eugenie. Meghan wanted Eugenie's crown, but the fact is the queen picks out your crown and not you. You don't get to say what crown you want unless you're her grandbaby. Like Eugenie was like, Grandma, when I get older, can I wear this? She probably asked her mad long ago, and it was an agreement, and I don't feel like grandmas and granddaughters have different rules than grandmas and married in. Maybe that's biased, but that's 100%. That's how I'd treat it. Like, listen, my blood grandbaby wants to wear that crown, so I like ya. I wish you all the best, but my grandbaby's wearing it, so I was with Eugenie on that one. Anyway, a royal wedding bouquet must contain myrtle. I don't even know what that is. Every royal wedding party must include a crop of children in those weird clothings with the socks and the pants. Did you know that young boys can't wear pants, or they're not supposed to wear pants? They're always supposed to wear shorts. Do they wear shorts in the winter? That's horrible. Anyway, until 2011, the royal family was prohibited from marrying a Roman Catholic. Queen Mary of Scots was a Catholic, and it was a whole thing in their life. But they finally allowed them to marry a Roman Catholic in 2011. That took a long-ass time, royal family. I'm just saying. The family cannot have political views, they cannot run for office, and they cannot vote. Meghan and Harry must have missed that. They still had their titles when they were doing that shit. Monopoly is a forbidden game in the royal family. However, I'm sure there are some exceptions if they really want to play. It's not like the queen's like, off with your head for playing Monopoly. It's just forbidden. Probably because it starts fights. I've seen Monopoly start wars between siblings, parents. Dinner conversations. They're all like, there's an order to how a dinner conversation goes. So, in the first half of the meal, the queen talks to people on her right. Usually the person next to him, I think like anybody on the right side, maybe, I don't know. But first half of the meal only addresses this half of the table. And the second half of the meal, then she will address the other half of the table. She gets really angry when she's supposed to be over here and somebody over here talks like, dude, there's a system. I will get to you in the second half. That's crazy. I wouldn't know that. I would just start talking to the queen. Like, oh, hey, I like your brooch. And she's over here and she's going to get mad at me. I'm a dumb American. So I felt like I should put that on the list so no American ever makes that mistake again. All right, so, that was all for that one. Let's talk about some powerhouse women. Last time I did this, I picked Oprah Winfrey because she, it's fucking Oprah Winfrey. I picked Beyonce this time. And here is some interesting facts about Beyonce you might not know. Sasha Fierce is her alter ego. We'll get into that, but I always, when I need to, feel good and, sexy and walk in a room like Sasha Fierce. That's what I say. All right. So she actually lost on Star Search when she was a child. I bet you they feel pretty stupid about now. She adopted an alter ego, Sasha Fierce, to overcome stage fright. She has won 28 Grammys. She calls her fans the Beehive. Number 4 is her favorite number because it has a lot to do with her memories and things that happened. At 7 years old, she won a talent show against people twice her age. Yeah, Sasha Fierce. She came out after that Star Search. As she got older, she started performing in front of her mom's salon customers. So I think her mom had a salon, right? So you could be in there getting your hair did, and you get a concert from early Beyonce? Why didn't I know about this? I would have been there as a baby in diapers, probably. I don't know how young she was. Probably as she got older, I would think she started working pretty, 3. All right, a major part of her vocal training included running a mile while singing. So she would fucking run, probably on a treadmill, running a mile and singing the whole time. That's hard. That's hard work. She used to have a pet snake. Ew, Beyonce. I'm not judging, but ew. I hate snakes. Her favorite karaoke song is Hotel California by the Eagles. Good song. She was the first solo artist to have 6 consecutive albums hit and debut at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. Bravo, Beyonce. Sasha Fierce. You are what I'm going to call the badass powerhouse of the week. All right. What do we got? Oh, let's talk about career women. Oh no, Oprah was a career woman. Who did I do as the badass? I think it was somebody historically. That's why I don't remember. Martha Stewart is my career woman of the week. I find Martha Stewart awesome. She keeps it real. She knows she has so much good advice. Good decorating advice, good life advice, cooking. Like, there's nothing this woman can't do. And she survived prison. So, I heard some facts about her. Known as a workaholic that only sleeps 4 hours a night. Sounds like me. I like you even more, Martha. Rumored to sleep with the lights on, so when she wakes up, she can get right back to work. That's a little cray-cray, Martha. Martha Stewart is America's first self-made female billionaire. No, it is not Kylie Jenner. It is Martha Stewart. So all this stuff that went on and people donated money so that Kylie could be the first woman billionaire, there already was a first woman billionaire. Martha fucking Stewart. But I think by that point, she went to jail for something and she probably lost some of that money, so she wasn't technically a billionaire at the time, but she was the first woman to ever become one. Just saying. All right. Martha was one of 6 kids growing up. Also, I have 5 other siblings, so I didn't even know that before I picked her. In 1996, she was named in People magazine one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world. She worked as a model throughout college to pay for her tuition. As a child, Martha tried to read all her local library books, all the books on the shelf. She had a goal in her local library by the time she was an adult to have read all the books. It doesn't say if she accomplished it or not, but that's what she tried to do for a while. Someone must be watching a movie. Sorry about that. Her mom taught her to cook, bake, and sew, and her father taught her how to garden. She earned a bachelor's degree from Barnard College, Barnard. Barnard. I never say that college right. It's probably why I never got in there. College in history and agriculture, or architectural history and history in general. So you go, Martha Stewart. You're a badass. The woman influencer of the week. Speaking of Kylie Jenner, I picked Kim Kardashian. Siblings. I wasn't bashing Kylie. I'm just saying I rolled my eyes when I'm like, she's not the first billionaire. Martha fucking Stewart was. She already did this. But I think she lost it by then. It doesn't matter. She still was the first, right? Anyway, there's no denying that Kim Kardashian is a social media influencer and a life influencer. Everything she wears sells out. Everybody follows her around, at least in my country. So, of course, I picked her as the influencer of the week. Gotta give respect where it's, she earned it. So Kim K is actually related to Scottish royalty. She is a relative of Highland hero Rob Roy McGregory and is a descendant from Scottish royalty. That's why Penelope's middle name is Scotland. Yay! Maybe that's why I watched their show all these years. I only really felt a strong connection with Chloe, but probably because she's my age. Literally the same age. I'm 36, she's 36. But that's probably why. I always liked Chloe. We were probably kicking it in another life because I'm related to Queen Mary Stuart of Scotland. So, they're my kin. Kind of. In a very far, you know what I mean. Shout out to the Kardashians. Hi, fam. Anyway, probably the only one that's not going to ask you for a good goddamn thing. Her first customer as a professional wardrobe organizer was Brady Norwood. I'm embarrassed to admit that I have no idea who that is. I probably know their face, but I don't recognize the name. She eats a plant-based diet at home, but indulges when she eats out. So it's not like she never eats meat or anything, but she tries to eat pretty healthy. She loved the 90s snack Dunkaroos. I remember those. Her favorite movie is Beaches. When she had North, she sent a fake photo of her baby to her friends to see if anyone would leak it to the press, and one person actually did. So way to go, Kim. Good instincts. When asked if she would ever get a tattoo, she responded, You don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. So she's not into tattoos on her body. I don't think she's against tattoos, just on her. I'm not sure, does Kanye West have tattoos? I don't know. Somebody put that in the comments. All right, so next we're doing Girl Code Trending Tea Time. What is trending in the world for women? If I could get the cards. So we got spring trends for women. Then we're going to do spring trends for fitness, spring trends for outdoor activities. What's the gossip this spring in the Hollywood world? And TV shows that you should check out during the spring in the lineup. And 5 trending musicians that you should check out their new albums. All right, so let's start with what kind of clothing and style is trending for women this spring. I did a few in my last episode, but I'm adding on to it. Everything florals. Florals are big. Floral dress, floral t-shirts, floral shoes, purses, anything floral that you really like. There's a million different kinds of florals. You just got to find your style and a pattern that you like. Some women, like I have both. I have small flowers and I have big flowers. And it just has to be in a way that a design that I like. I don't really feel like there's any wrong way to wear florals right now unless you mix 2 different florals. It's not gonna. And like if you're wearing floral bottoms, have a solid top. If you're wearing a floral top, have solid bottoms. You can wear a top with a floral headband, or you could wear a floral vest with floral jewelry. Like mix it up. Don't splash floral on everyone's face too much, but you can't go wrong wearing a floral dress, shorts, tank top, t-shirt. It's very in right now. The color mint is huge. It's like that soft green, really pretty. I actually love mint. I'm so glad that it's in right now. I don't have anything. I think I have one shirt mint. It's like flying off the racks. I'm going to have to order something. But pastels are in general in spring. But this year's spring pastel pick is mint. You can't go wrong in it. A lot of people were wearing it on the red carpet. It looks really pretty. And it has peaceful, calming vibes, which I feel like 2021 needs after last year. So people are starting to boycott the skinny jeans, and they're bringing back the boyfriend jean, the baggy jean, or the jeans that are folded, or the funny pockets, or even a light bell bottom are also coming in. Skinny jeans are on their way out, I'm afraid. I love skinny jeans, and I also hate them. But I got rid of a lot of my baggy jeans, and now I only have skinny jeans. So it's a mix. Like, people still wear skinny jeans. You're not going to get laughed at if you wear them. But this trending theme, I think people are getting away from that because of quarantine. They got used to wearing sweatpants, and so they want a more baggier jean. Fanny packs are on trend hugely. I think they're going to go on trend for the rest of the year. They're just going to change through the seasons. I wear a fanny pack to walk my dog Daisy with her poop bags in it. They're extremely helpful for that, putting my keys in it if you don't want to carry a purse down. Like, I remember being a kid, if you wore a fanny pack, you would get picked on. But now that I'm older, I fucking love that thing. I love it. Shorter hairstyles are coming back with the shorter bangs. People are cutting their hair off in general anyway because summer is coming, but the bangs are definitely in. I would Google some. If you just put spring 2021 trending female haircuts, you're going to get a lot of short versions. You either want to stay in the short or the medium range if you really want to be on trend. Again, there are people still with long hair that, you know, braids are in as well. So if you want to keep your hair long, just put it in some braids and you'll still be on trend as well. All right, so let's look at some what's on trend for fitness this spring. I did some in my previous episode. Again, I'm just adding on to it. Like I said, goalie. This is the new big trend for spring. A lot of people are trying it, which is why I did. This plank challenge. I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram. Every day, I think you start like at a minute, and some of them are up to 30 days, some of them are just a week, but plank challenges are really on trend right now. So if you want to start one or try one, and there's all different ways of doing planks. I've seen people like doing patty cake while they're doing planks, moving their feet. Make it a challenge. You'll definitely strike on trend with any, if you're on a social media platform and you want to get attention to your channel, come up with a kick-ass plank challenge because they're right on trend for spring. And also with that, they're doing like a squat thrust challenge. Do you remember this? I think they call them a couple of things. We would call them squat thrust when we were in school, but it's like when you touch the ground, put your feet out, put your feet back in, and stand up. I've seen a lot of these 100 squat thrust a day challenge. 100 squat thrusts a day for 30-day challenges. A lot of women are doing that right now. They're saying they're getting huge results. I've also seen I think it's 1,000 jump ropes a day for 30 days. Also with the same results, people are losing weight. So if you want attention to your page, I'd try those. Or if you just want to know what people are doing on trend, check out a plank challenge, a squat thrust challenge, or a jump rope challenge. Also, what's on the last week I mentioned that aerobics are coming back, and water aerobics are it's gonna be huge this summer. I think people just want to wear the old 80s workout gear with the headbands. But anyway, along with that, belly dancing is gonna make a huge comeback. People are really into that, and trapeze as well. I think people are looking for unique ways to work out. I even saw people up in harnesses, and they were like flying through the gym. I don't know if that's called trapeze as well, because it's just like if they were on a movie set and they had to fake fall, but they had the ropes and they're just swinging around, and they count that as a workout, and it looks awesome, and I want to try it. So these new trends are like, if you're opening a gym, I'm telling you, have some aerobics, have some belly dancing classes, trapeze. Zumba is still big, and yoga will always be big, and Pilates. Women are very into that this year. Rollerblading is on trend. A lot of people are buying and ordering those rollerblades and getting out there with spring. And skateboarding is making a huge comeback. Not that it ever went out of style, but a lot of people in quarantine have been trying to learn how to skateboard. And golf is huge. I think in general, golf is big during spring, but because of the pandemic and people don't have much to do, golfing is like all the rage, as well as, like I said last week, tennis. And I'm sure volleyball is going to be making a huge appearance again. Bocce ball, anything that's outside that people can do this summer, it's going to take off. And yoga at night is becoming a new trend. They're doing research about how doing yoga before bed calms and centers your mind so that you can fall asleep faster and you're not laying in bed thinking about shit. So yoga at night, or night yoga classes, are very on trend for spring. People want these, but in a lot of areas there still is a curfew. So it really depends on your area. If you have a gym out there, I would suggest adding some yoga night classes. Plus, you have people who work third shift and have days off too, and they just want to stick to their schedule so they don't fuck up their sleep. Or there's people with insomnia that can't sleep that would take these classes. But a lot of people are talking about yoga at night because of the advantages of helping with insomnia and helping with stress relief and anxiety. So that's pretty cool. What else we got? What things can we do outdoors that are trending right now for spring? Okay, so this is a kid activity. I know a lot of kids are home, and they will be home for summer very soon, and this can leak right into summer. So you can go to the store and get those disposable cupcake containers, or you can get Dixie cups if you want. I really like the disposable cupcakes because you can put more than one color for your kid. Now make sure they're watercolor paint, something that washes off with water, not going to stain, nothing permanent. And people are going outside and they're painting sidewalks, and they're painting trees, and they're painting driveways, even I've seen people paint on their house, because the next time it rains, it's just going to wash it off. Please make sure it's non-toxic so you're not leaking chemicals into the soil. But it's like kids get to graffiti and they like it, and nobody can get in trouble because you can even take your hose and wash it off at the end of the day if you really think you're going to get in trouble about it. But this is like a new thing kids are doing. I find it cute. If I was a kid, I would have had so much fun doing that. Like sticking my hand in the paint, put my hand on the house, and my parents not like freaking out about it. You know what I mean? Get that paint whatever, paint your mailbox, paint your front porch. Let your kids paint their bike and just rinse it off. Like, they just are happy that they can, one, make a mess, that they can paint whatever they want without getting in trouble, and they actually like painting. So if you're looking for something to do that's very trendable with your kids, putting in mulch and adding flowers is like everybody seems to, on the weekends especially, I see a lot of people outside mulching around their trees, getting their yard ready for spring, putting in the flowers. Around here, we're holding off still a little bit. Like I said, we got snow last week. It's supposed to get cold this weekend. So most people around here wait till May around Mother's Day to start doing this. But depending where you live, you can get an early head start, or it might even be late depending on where you live, because spring comes earlier in different areas. But mulching and putting those flowers in and putting out those bird baths and hanging up those flags and putting those cute little stakes in your garden, getting your yard visually ready for spring and summer. People take pride and joy in their yards. And especially during last summer, during the pandemic, when we really were stuck home and didn't have much to do, people like really put some work into their yard. So they're gearing up to do that again. Riding bikes is still on trend. Walking, fitness. I can't tell you how many like groups you can either bike, because there's cycling groups, and social distancing is still followed, but because you're outside and people are so anxious to get together and talk, I've seen hordes of bikers just like around the area that are friends, that they all want to bike and they want to lose some weight that they put on, so they all go together and they ride with their bikes, because you're a lot less likely to get hit by a car if you're all in a group. And same with walking. I've seen a lot. I walk every day with my neighbor. I walk with my dog every day. I'm outside all the time. I see walkers at night who would rather walk at night. Maybe they just, like, I used to walk at night because I don't like to sweat my lady balls off. Not that like lady balls, get it? But I've been doing it during the day so that I can sweat more, because sweating burns more fat. But anyway, walking, biking, rollerblading groups, skateboarding groups are in. Everybody's anxious to get back together. Like I said, putting in bird baths, building bird houses is huge. It gives you something to do as a family, something to do at home. And like I said, everybody's getting their yard ready for spring. So get that bird bath in, get those bird houses up in your trees. And feeding critters. I've done this for years, but it's catching on and I'm happy about it. A lot of people are composting this year, and instead of like asking for it to be picked up, they're carrying it to a section of their yard and they're dumping it, and the raccoons and the squirrels and the birds, they're getting food. We do this a lot around here in the winter, because although we don't have birds, we still have squirrels, we still have animals around here that have a hard time digging through all that snow. I throw my stale bread out there. Don't be throwing things that are going to be bad for Earth or not. If an animal doesn't happen to eat it, it's just going to go back into the earth and replenish it and give it minerals, that's fine. But if it's going to go into earth and pollute something, don't put it out. I get those rotisserie chickens. I cook them. When I'm done and there's still meat on them, I throw the whole carcass in the yard. Even the bones are gone. It's like it never even happened. The animals love it. This is catching on. A lot of people are home and seeing how many critters they have around. And I think people, when they were lonely, took joy in watching the squirrels and watching the birds and the raccoons that came into their yard. So that's definitely on trend. Also, still this was on trend last summer as well. Rock art is still huge. Last summer, everywhere I went, I saw these beautiful painted rocks, whether it was in the park. There's still a lot in the cemetery. Walking around on the sidewalks, they'd say, hope, have faith. It's going to get better. We can do this. Positive sayings just everywhere. And some of them were just painted with like flowers and happy faces and hearts. And they were in flower pots in the town. Like some towns put big flower pots on the sidewalks to make the town look big. And I saw them. Like people were putting them in random places to cheer people up. And so many people were doing it that a whole town would get covered. And it was so nice. And that's coming back, which I'm so proud about. I think that's so nice. Like, you don't know who made it. It's not like people's names on it. A whole town, like, and if you did make it, you and your kids, like, when you go back to the park to play, like, let's find our rocks. You know what I mean? I'm glad that came back. I hope that stays. So what's the trending gossip this spring? Of course, this is going to vary week to week, but what's on trend for gossip? Now, this is this past week because I have to do the research, so I'm a couple days behind. I get most of my news on like Daily Pop or, which is on e-news, or the internet. I look for what are people talking about. So number one that was trending last week is, did Zac Efron get plastic surgery? Something about his jaw. I just think that maybe he put on a little muscle, put on a little weight. I'm not 100% sure if I'm buying into the fact that he got a new chin, but a lot of people are in an uproar about it. Also, news hit that he broke up with his girlfriend, that everybody thought he moved to Australia for a girl or something. I don't know much about it, but people were talking how they had found out that they broke up and he's leaving Australia. So that's also, Zac Efron has been talked about a lot this week. All right, so movie theaters are opening up around here. I don't know where you live. Yes, there still is restrictions and can't have full capacity, but this week is the first time we've been allowed to go to the movies since all of this hit. So that's exciting. I'm hoping to get to the movies myself. I'm really I hope they open the drive-in, which I don't see why they would, because people are in their cars and we're all about separating. All right, so this is a topic on trend. The Buffalo Bills stadium around here, you can't go watch a game unless you are vaccinated and you have to have the card. So there's a lot of talk about sports events excluding people who aren't vaccinated, which is driving people crazy and creating a buzz. So everyone's talking about, are we going to be able to go to a concert? Are we going to be able to go to a fair? Are we going to be able to do anything this summer if we're not vaccinated? Because there's people like me, like I have no plans of getting vaccinated. I really don't trust it. I'm not talking shit on anybody. I'm not trying to influence anyone else's decision just for myself. No, thank you. But the pros and cons of getting vaccinated is also, like, this is a conversation that I think I talked about it last week, but it's still on trend. People are like, did you get vaccinated? Do you plan to get vaccinated? How come you're not getting vaccinated? There's one or the other. I don't think there's very many people that are like, maybe. You're either like, yeah, I'm waiting, or no, I'm totally against it, at least in my area. So people will have, like, when they see you for the first time in a long time, they're like, hey, are you going to get vaccinated? It's like a question that always seems to come up. A lot of people around here are getting cut off from unemployment. I think it's the people that have like part-time jobs, because the system is very overloaded with people that aren't working. So I think they made a different rule a couple weeks ago that if you are working part-time, you can claim how many hours you worked and still get help, because they're realizing that people are only getting like 12 to 15 hours a week. That isn't going to help with a family. But I think now they're just cutting people off in general who have a part-time job, even if it is 15 hours a week. So my sister got cut off. My mom's boyfriend got cut off. So I'm nervous. Like, I don't have another job right now. I'm looking, but if apparently you just get a letter in the mail and nobody knows who's going to get one and who isn't. So that's a little scary. So everyone's talking about, like, I hope I don't get cut off. A-Rod wants J-Lo back and is trying hard. This is gossip. Apparently they A-Rod flew to J-Lo because I think she's in like Puerto Rico or something filming a movie, and they've been broken up, and he flew there to try to get them back together. Like, he doesn't want to let Jen go. And he's not giving up without a fight. So that was a big talk. They're talking about this summer how since in my state marijuana became legal, it's still not federally legal, but in my state it is. They're talking about maybe having marijuana infused alcoholic beverages or just infused beverages, if we'll be able to serve that at the fair, or if that's going to be a trend. I know in California they have, I call it weed beer, and I know that in other countries around the world they already have this. So when I go to the fair, a lot of people want the wine slushies. One, because it's hot and they love wine. I'm not a wine person, but I like a wine slushie because I think the water takes a lot of the bitterness away with the ice in there. But I would definitely try like a marijuana-infused strawberry lemonade or something like that. So a lot of people are like, because smoking it hurts your lungs. So a lot of people are on this health kick. They just want to eat it or they want to drink it. So they're like, is this going to start infusing into carnivals? Are you going to have stands with like, get a weed hot dog or get a weed brownie or get some weed strawberry lemonade? like what does weed being legal look like this summer, pretty much? Will public pools open this summer? We want to go swimming. We haven't been able to swim since this whole thing. They've been closed, even indoor pools. So we're like, are we ever going to get to swim this summer? You could go to a lake. My family went to, my little sisters have a camp. They're the only one left with a camp. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive from here. We go swim in the lake. You can go to a public beach on the lake. I think there's only one open, but for the most part, no swimming. So we're like, what the fuck? Everybody wants to know, can we swim this summer? I don't know what it's like in your area, but Harry's wife, that's how people are referring, the people in the press and people that here in the States and Great Britain, or I should say the United Kingdom, they're just over her. So instead of saying Meghan Markle, they're now calling her Harry's wife. And like it's a whole thing. Like when they talk about her on TV, they don't say Meghan Markle anymore. They say Harry's wife. They don't want to give her name any more credit. It's like a whole wave. A lot of people either are laughing about it and they're like, yes, good, haha. And other people are like, you guys are mean and racist. So it's like one side of the fence, but people are talking about it. And then they're also talking about how Prince Harry and Prince William and Duchess Kate were all talking together at the end of the funeral for Prince Philip, which I actually did watch. All respect to the family. It was like a little like pageantry. I don't know what the word is, but beautiful. Like, I liked it. I'm not talking shit. I did fast forward to the singing. I'm not going to lie. But it was very nice. But I did see the part at the end where they were talking and everyone was like, yay, the family's going to make up. Because I think the world wants peace. Harry's wife doesn't. All right. So, what are some TV shows that are trending with women this week? This new series is getting all the buzz. It's called For Real, the story of reality TV. It's on the E! Network on Thursdays at 9 p.m. I'm going to check this out. I think I remember some of the shows they interviewed, like they brought Real World in. I remember being younger and watching them. Anybody who's been reality TV, even the Kardashians, like old and new, they bring them all in and they talk about the realities of being a reality TV star and what really happened in their relationships, and it's really good. So, again, it's called For Real, the story of reality TV. It's on E! Network on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Now, if you are a Mighty Ducks fan like I was when I was a kid, do you remember the Mighty Ducks movies? Well, they made a TV show, and this is something people are really looking forward to watching with their kids. They're actually watching the movies first and then going into the show, but you don't have to do that. It's called The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. It does have Emilio Estevez as the actual coach. I think the kids are different, obviously, because they're all grown up, but they brought the coach back. It's on Disney Plus, and it started Friday, March 26th. I'm not sure if it's on Fridays, but it's on Disney Plus, and it's called The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. So check that out with your kids. Another show that's popular with women is called The Moodies. It's on Fox. I think it's on Thursdays at 9 p.m. It started April 1st, so it's relatively new. But a lot of people are talking about it. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to because of how many people are talking about it. Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. It's a new show with Jamie Foxx. I think it's on Wednesdays. I'm not sure what the network is. I didn't quite pick that up on here. But it's called Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me. If you Google Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me, Jamie Foxx, I'm sure you'll find the network and when it's on. And then another Disney Plus, it's called Big Shot. It started April 16th, which was a Friday. A lot of people are talking about that as well. And The Handmaid's Tale, last season on Hulu. It's starting tomorrow, Wednesday, April 28th. So I'm excited about that. I've watched all the seasons. So the ladies who've seen it were like, tomorrow is coming. Can't come fast enough. Again, that's on Hulu for The Handmaid's Tale. And that starts tomorrow. Let's talk about 5 artists that are all over the radio, trending big. People are liking them, big fans of them, trying to dress like them. If you want to know what's popular in music, these are the 5 artists you should be listening to this spring. Taylor Swift just dropped a new album. I think she dropped a couple new songs. But Google Taylor Swift's new album. Everybody's loving it and talking about it, and they're like, oh my god, it's so good. Again, with Dua Lipa, a lot of dance songs. Summer's coming, people want to dance. She gets you moving. She's a cute little thing. I like Dua. I don't know if I say her name right. Dua Lipa. And I like Taylor Swift too. Harry Styles is very popular, mostly to do with what he's dressing and wearing on his albums, but a lot of his songs have hit the radio and played all year long, so he's definitely on trend. Sam Smith had a couple huge hits, so he's actually being risen up, talking about like whatever, like we need to listen to, like I think people have just gone through it and they want his ballads, but he also has dance numbers too. And BTS, of course, is still huge. What's next? Girl Code Foodies. Alright, to wrap up our Girl Code episode, I know it's over an hour, thanks for sticking with me this long. Let's talk about spring breakfast ideas. I'm going to hold this up for you, but I will read it if you want to pause and write it down. Sorry if I misspell or my chicken scratch is crazy. But you can find this, we're going to be making for breakfast, overnight oats recipe, which is on trend. Everybody's doing these overnight oats things, and you can make them and you just put them in your fridge apparently. You can get this recipe at I Heart Nap Time, like IHEART Nap Time. So the ingredients you're going to need is 1.5 cups of old-fashioned rolled oats. Oatmeal, basically. 2 cups of almond milk, but you can substitute it out if you don't like almond milk. You can use regular milk, you can use cashew milk or coconut milk. You need a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt, a pinch of salt and cinnamon. You just mix it together and put it in your fridge and let it soak overnight. That's supposed to be extremely healthy for you, tastes very good, and something that you can prep for yourself and the kids, and you just grab it and it's on the go. So again, that's overnight oats recipe at I Heart Nap Time. Actually spell heart though. All right, let's talk about a beverage you should be drinking this spring in the morning that's on trend or just something new for you to try. It's called the Mixed Berry Coconut Milk Smoothies, and it's a vegan recipe, but you're not going to be able to taste the vegan if you're worried about that. I'm just saying this is vegan friendly. I wanted to give something for everybody. And you can find this at Sincerely Tori. Sincerely Tori, Tori. Again, mixed berry coconut milk smoothies. These are the ingredients you need. 1 cup of fresh strawberries, 2 cups of fresh blueberries, 4 peaches that are pitted, 1 cup of unsweetened coconut yogurt, 1 13.5 ounce can of coconut milk. And you just mix it in your blender and it is delicious. I'm looking forward to trying this myself. Let's talk about lunch. What should you eat this spring? What's on trend? This is actually something you can meal prep and make over a couple of days or make for the entire family in one bowl. I'm trying to give you time saving or something you can just make one day for yourself. You're going to have to adjust the ingredients, but it's called Pesto Chicken and Veggies, and you can find this recipe on Pinterest or on BuzzFeed.com. You just got to type in Pesto, Pesto, chicken and veggies. So the ingredients you need is 4 chicken thighs, boneless and skinless, 2 cups of cherry tomatoes, 1 pound of green beans, a half cup of basil pesto, and 1 pepper. So not too many ingredients, but it's like a cold salad for you to eat for lunch. I think it looks delicious. I've talked to people who have eaten it, and I'm going to try it myself. So what should you have in your lunchbox for a spring drink? Let's talk about this raspberry peach lemonade. Lemonade is all the rage through the summer, and I like that people are mixing different flavors. This one is raspberry peach. You can find the ingredients on Like Mother, Like Daughter. The ingredients you need is 2 peaches, 1 cup raspberries, 5 cups of water divided, like 5 single cups, 1 cup lemon juice, tablespoon Splenda Zero liquid sweetener. You don't have to put that in if you don't want to, or you could use sugar if you want. But again, you can get the full recipe on all the steps on how to do it on Like Mother, Like Daughter. And that's raspberry peach lemonade, and I'm definitely going to be trying some of that myself. It sounds delicious. Let's talk about spring dinner. What should you be eating for dinner this spring? What's on trend? I found this it's called Lemony Asparagus Pasta. It's a little bit on the healthier side, but I know a lot of people are trying to get ready for summer. So Lemony, Lemony, Asparagus Pasta. And you can find this recipe and the ingredients on delish.com. Delish.com. Here's the ingredients: 1 pound penne pasta cooked, 1 pound thin asparagus trimmed and cut into pieces, 3 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil divided, separate cups, 1 small onion diced, 2 cloves of garlic thinly sliced. And it looks yummy in the picture. Alright, so what should you drink this spring to calm yourself down, have a nice little cocktail at the end of the day or on a Saturday afternoon? This classic mint mojito is making a comeback this spring. A lot of people are trying mojitos, but nobody quite can get away from those classic mint ones. And you can find this recipe at Happy Hour Projects. And the ingredients you need is 6 to 8 large mint leaves, 2 lime wedges, 1.5 ounces of rum. You can use silver rum. Some people like spiced rum in it, but that has to be your preference. 2 ounces of club soda and 1 ounce of simple syrup. That's a classic mint mojito. I like the strawberry ones, to be honest, but a lot of people are going for the mint. If you are more strawberry like me, I'm pretty sure you can find the strawberry one as well on Happy Hour Projects. So I hope you enjoyed that. Did I show you that, foodies? I think I did. Anyway, Do you like this new version of Girl Code? Let me know. Like I said, I'm only going to be doing this 2 more weeks after this, just to see if you like it, if you're responding. So let's break it down. Tell me what you don't like, what takes too long, what you fast forwarded through, or what you really like and what you want me to keep. Do you like the foodies? Do you want me to keep giving you recipes and drinks for the seasons? Do you want to know what's trending on all the different aspects? Do you want to know about famous women? Do you want a product review? Do you want tarot questions? These are all the parts of Girl Codes, little segments, if you will. And I hope you're enjoying it so far. If you want this to stay, please give me or smash. They're saying, this is what annoys me. Everyone's like, you can't just say hit the like button. Now you have to say smash the like button. They're trying to give me all this advice, and I kind of like it because it's like Hulk smash. But sometimes I just want to say, can you hit the like button? So I guess it depends on my day. Make sure you hit the like button so you let me know that you like it. You can just say in the comments, I like it. Keep Girl Code. Give me some feedback on what you think I should take out that was kind of boring for you, or what was really good, or both. Talk to me. Let me know if we should keep Girl Code. See you next week, guys. Love you all. Be well. Stay safe. And peace, love, and light, my friends.